Even growing up playing like cops and robbers, I was always a cop. I always felt like I was in the middle of fights, trying to break fights up between my brothers and sisters. And it's something that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to help people. I've always wanted to, if I could have somewhat of a positive impact on somebody, I've always tried to do that.
It was time for a change. Teaching in the academy, I worked with a lot of the officers that were already employed here, and they've always told me great things about the agency. And I was looking for a change in my career, and it seemed like a good fit. The camaraderie that I saw here, it called to me. So.
You don't hear anything negative about the officers, the employees, or anybody. So it's really what brought me into this university to start my career.
We interview hundreds of people on a yearly basis when we have opportunities to hire. And what I hear most is that they feel like it's a place that they can learn, they can grow, but they also feel this connection and sense of family within our agency.
When I got that email with 90-something other applicants in there, I thought maybe there's no way I'm gonna get hired. But once I did get hired, it's something that still sits with me every day when I come to work. That how awesome is it that out of 90-something plus other applicants, I was chosen to be an officer here at Florida State. If I can just leave some kind of positive impact to anybody, then I'm doing something right.
Our standard training process, we spend with the trainees 7.5 weeks about in what's called prep phase, and then they'll spend 4 phases on the road with field training officers. My role is I'm the field training coordinator, so basically I'm in charge of the entire program, ensuring its standardization, ensuring that it's adhered to and followed properly.
I am a trainer. I ran an academy and I teach a lot of high liability topics, things like that. I've learned when I come into training to have no expectations. And what I have seen here, their training is very in line with state statute, but the training has the officer's safety in mind.
I mean, you can see it in every officer here. They want you to excel, and they want you to be a better officer. You feel that when you're in training in defensive tactics and firearms. They're going to teach you everything they know because they want you to be a better officer.
During prep phase, they'll go through several different things. They'll go through a drug recognition program, tactical medical class, go through active shooter training. We spend 3 full days on defensive tactics, learning techniques and then applying those techniques in a full speed scenario. Their initial firearms is 3 days. So we're spending more than just the standard 4 to 8 hours on, okay, you can qualify, move on to the next thing.
Now they have 500 buildings that they have to master, as well as the roads and other infrastructure on the main campus, as well as in other areas that we have to provide service. Well, I think what's unique about our training program is that we do not tell new hires or new employees, we don't ever tell them, forget what you've learned before you came to our agency. We want them to retain all of that good information, all that good data that they already possess, but then we want to add to their hard drive the intricacies of campus.
One thing that is nice is they don't expect you to forget everything you've learned prior to coming in if you have prior experience, but they want you to build on it. So it's just taking what I have learned already and applying, FSU's policies and the way they want to do it on top of the knowledge I already have. And it just makes you a better all-around law enforcement officer.
The first day anybody comes in, the big thing we tell them is we expect them to give us their best and we'll give them our best.
I'm always looking on the daily report summary to see who's completing what report. I'm always looking to see when that new officer has gotten in their first foot pursuit or they've had to stop someone for DUI. And I know that now they're prepared because they're out there on their own. They're making some very important decisions and they're representing the agency and the university.
The chief always walks around and always greets you with a handshake and asks you how you're doing. He always takes time to sit there and chat with you to make sure everything's going good. There was multiple times in training he came in and talked to us and asked us how everything was going. And it's good to see the chief of police, your boss, walks around and takes time out of his day to make sure that we're happy where we're at.
I asked them, can they do 3 things when they come to work for the FSU Police Department? I asked them, can they come to work? because they got to be here in order to be able to perform the services. I ask them, can they do an outstanding job every day? And then the third thing I ask is, can you go home and relax? Can you go home and unplug? Can you go home and refresh yourself so you can come back and do those same 3 things again the next day? And I always get the answer of yes. And so I look for them to start with our agency with the same energy and excitement that they said they would when they took the job.